I already forget what day it is. It's 36. I remember it. That was a close one. I literally just typed it and I already forgot. Because it's Sunday, and Sundays are calm, they're relaxed, and it's a day that you have an Alabama freaking quarantine slammer. Now, before we get to all of this, I got to clear up some confusion about this whole quarantine cocktail show. By the way, thanks for coming back one more time. So, several people over the course of the 35 days in a row have made some comments, a lot of great ones, and some people said, hey, Paul, yeah, you're not too good on some of the names. Apparently your big education from West Virginia, for God's sakes, you're not able to pronounce everything properly. Duly noted. I'll keep working on it. But I had some of our higher-ups in the program put together this lovely chart. I just want to share a few statistics for you over the 35 days. So, just so you understand, entertainment, it's up and down. I get it. Nothing great, but, we're all over. Education, I feel we've made a solid run. Now, alcoholism, well, that one's done, well, I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's way up there. But as far as pronunciation, we've tracked it, and yeah, we admit it's fallen off the chart. So if you're here for, literacy and making sure, that's not the right program, folks. We're here to just kind of have a little fun. You may learn something, and we're going to have a good cocktail. Now, if you're ready for that cocktail, come on in, because I got a good one for you. Now, look, to be very clear, signs in your life are bad if you're turning to me for literacy, all right? I mean, that's a bad sign. Here's another bad sign. I'm about to make an Alabama drink. This is how bad it's getting. I'm a diehard West Virginia fan, so bear with me on this Sunday. Come on into the Blue Monkey Quarantina, and let me tell you about this drink tonight. Now, it is true. We are here to celebrate National Amaretto Day. That's really just a false pretense. Well, no, it's a true pretense because it is National Amaretto Day, but it's really, I could have done an Amaretto sour, but Shelby yesterday said, Paul, we need something fun. You know what? I want a fun drink. Well, it doesn't get much more fun than this. So here's your ingredients. Now, this is going to start off with the Southern Comfort. Now, there aren't a lot of cocktails out Southern Comfort based. Now, fun little fact that you might want to know, if you've ever looked at a bottle of Southern Comfort, you'll notice the fleur-de-lis on the bottle. That's because this is from New Orleans. It's way Southern Comfort, right? Matter of fact, this is Walter Heron, 1847. He made this. This is actually just a whiskey base. He basically added citrus and cloves, I don't know, nuts and berries, whatever. And originally it was actually called Cuffs and Buttons, if you wanted to know. Cuffs because he would use the whole rind, so it would look like a cuff. And then the cloves in it look like buttons. So he named it Cuffs and Buttons. And anyway, so that's your Southern Comfort. By the way, if you remember in the earlier episode of the Quarantine Cocktail Show, we talked about Sazerac. 2016 Sazerac company, they bought this up, so this is now part of the Sazerac brand. Anyway, then we're going to mix this all together. But anyway, the drink itself, a lot of people make claim to this. This is not some old historic drink. We're not going back to the 1800s to find an Alabama Slammer. This is pure Alabama roots, though. This is absolutely Alabama school. This is their drink. If you go down there for a game, they're going to be doing shots of it. Everybody serves it. I don't go. I've kind of got my own little thing I follow. But it's a good drink, and I give them credit for that. Now, where did it come from? A lot of stories. The one that'll jump out if you're starting to try to do a little research is a little place, right? It's Tuscaloosa. I got it. Tuscaloosa, Alabama. A little bar there, right? Called Harry's Bar. Now, they make claim. They say they created it. They were the first to serve it. And that their bar they were the ones. Here's the problem with it. Harry's Bar opened in 1972. And in 1971, little, very kind of well-known publication called Playboy already had written this drink up in their, again, 1971 issue, a year before Harry's Bar was even in existence. So, again, a lot of people make claim for it. The one thing that's probably the best story out there, and the timing fits perfect, is where the name actually came from, the Alabama Slammer. Best story you're going to find out there. William Roscoe. Sorry, backwards. Roscoe Williams, dyslexic tonight. Roscoe Williams was also known as the Moonshine Minister. 1969, so the dates match up. So, and here's what he did. He basically, on Sundays, he would have people come in. The guy literally would dress up like a minister, and he would dish out his moonshine, and people would make their contributions to his church. And he ran this for years. Well, lo and behold, one day in 1969, he was serving it up to somebody who happened to be a sheriff, who was there a little undercover, ended up busting him, taking poor Mr. Roscoe to jail in the Alabama Slammer. And they, all of his folks, made this drink supposedly in his honor because he was never able to be the Moonshine Minister again. Now that's a pretty good one, and that's where I think it comes. So let me make you up one of these bad boys right now. Get yourself a little ice. Have your glasses ice off to this side. Basically, you're going 1 ounce, 1 ounce, 1 ounce, 2. All right? So make this up. Little Southern Comfort, little SoCo. Oh. Now, I've always been a fan of Southern Comfort. Matter of fact, back in my college days, thank you, this was a go-to. This was a staple drink every Saturday, football game time. Bottle of that and OJ. Cut the middle right out. Southern Comfort, orange juice. Woo! That is some good. It wasn't good, but my God, we drank a lot of it. Now, your Disaronno, Amaretto liqueur. Again, National Amaretto Day, so we're going to have it. So get one of those in there. And then the next thing, sloe gin. I'll admit, this is not a very popular drink. It made a little bit of a comeback in the 60s, 70s. Now, it's hard to find if you're trying to find it. Sloe gin. Now, people say, is it really gin? What is it? So, actually, it's gin, but then they basically take sloe berries, and they those basically ferment inside of gin, and then you get sloe gin. But if you're looking for it now, sometimes it's harder to find. They don't like to call it sloe gin anymore because those sloe berries, that's offensive. They're just challenged berries now. So you might have to find some challenged gin. But anyway, go with one of those. And then the last thing, little OJ. 2 of those. 1, 2. There's no better drink. This is pure citrus. And if you're going to liven it up, if you've ever come across this, by the way, I don't think it's from us. This stuff's hard to find right now, folks. I'm just telling you, I'm not the only one on the bandwagon. But get yourself a little emergency, little vitamin C supplement, a little bit of boost of orange. Perfect in this drink. Just give it a good sprinkle. You got that. Boom. Turn around. Get your glass. Shake it up. Hold. So your hand's about to fall off. And then, oh my gosh, it worked on the first try. What a great Sunday this is, huh, folks? That's what happens on day 36. Things just start to fall together. It is 36 still, right? Okay, just making sure. Pour it over some fresh glasses. Now, by the way, if you actually order this, it can be just a shot. But it is served as a drink. You just got to be big enough to take it all. So then we're going to garnish it with a little orange. Alabama Quarantine Slammer. Now, the last thing I leave you with this evening, and again, thanks for being part of our evening tonight. This drink actually did make a bit of a comeback in the 80s. And I'm going to tell you why it made a comeback in the 80s. Little movie where I learned everything I know about everything I'm doing here. Cocktail. I've already talked about it once. I'm going to talk about it one more time. Because there was a great poem, probably the most well-known line ever uttered by Tom Cruise. And it goes a little something like this. I am the last barman poet. I see America drinking the fabulous concoctions that I make. America's getting stinky on something I stir or shake. I could start over. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, that's... Oh, boy, that is good. All right. I'm the last barman poet. I see America getting drunk, the fabulous cocktails I make. America's getting stinky on something I stir or shake. The sex on the beach, the schnapps made from peach, the velvet hammer, the Alabama slammer. Yada, yada. He goes on for a few more, I don't know. And then it ends and he says, if you really want to get drunk, just buy a shot. And then he does a shot and all that. But that, my friends, actually put the Alabama Slammer back on the map. And TGI Fridays actually added it to their menu right after their cocktail movie. And it was on there all through the 80s. So if you want a good drink, this is it. Keep in mind there's a little bit of alcohol in this bad boy. So make sure you make dinner beforehand. It's probably the best advice I can give you. So, folks, again, thanks for joining us. Day 36, Quarantine Cocktail Show. Always lovely to spend an evening with you. I hope you have some time. Chat with us as we sit and finish our drinks. Love you all. See you tomorrow night, 7:30, same time and place. Good night.